The following is a paid presentation for Personal Power 2 by Guthrie Rinker. How do you turn your dreams into reality? For 2 decades, some of the most successful people in the world have turned to this one man, Anthony Robbins, to get results. Using entertainment and education, his extraordinary teaching style has captivated millions of people across 61 countries, from Russia to Germany, England to China.
I'd seen him occasionally on television, and the more I saw him, the more I wanted to see him, because he looked like he was walking the talk.
Tony Robbins. He has been profiled in nearly every major publication and honored by global leaders as one of the 10 most outstanding young people in the world.
This guy's onto something. He has figured out not only how to communicate well, but also how to persuade others to act.
I'm happier today than I've ever been before in my life.
I've maintained a 78-pound weight loss for 2 years.
In the next few minutes, you'll meet Tony Robbins up close and personal, like you've never done before.
What creates an extraordinary life is an extraordinary mindset, an extraordinary psychology where you don't settle, where you're unreasonable in your expectations of yourself, where you say, you know what, I'm going to defy all the limitations, I'm going to defy my background, I'm going to defy all the people who tell me it can't be done, and I'm going to step up.
Tony Robbins has worked with people from every walk of life, from the most challenged to the most successful, from President Clinton to the late Princess Diana. He's coached professional athletes and entertainers, corporate executives, and medical doctors. Now Tony Robbins can be your personal coach with his 30-day personal power system. Learn how to master your emotions, your physical health, your relationships, your finances, and balance your life.
He coaches you. He pushes you to take action.
It was so easy. It was probably the easiest thing I've ever done.
He's saying, here's a door, here's a key, go for it.
Personal Power is the #1 best-selling personal achievement system of all time, with over 30 million educational cassettes sold. And now you can enjoy the newest edition. From the beautiful land of Australia, join us for the television event you will never forget. It's Personal Power 2, The Driving Force, with Anthony Robbins.
Some people say it's the connection.
She's one of Australia's most famous television stars. Sophie Formica hosted her first program at age 14 and went on to appear simultaneously on 4 different network television shows. She caught up with Tony at a packed weekend seminar in Sydney during Tony's tour of Asia and Australia. Now let's join Sophie as she interviews Tony overlooking the beautiful Sydney skyline and find out why personal power works around the world.
Tony Robbins, welcome to Sydney, Australia.
Thank you, it's great to be here. You have one of the most beautiful cities in the world here.
You don't have to convince me.
Me either, I come here every year, I've been coming for 5 years.
And you've really touched a nerve. I mean, when I say you created a stir, it's no lie. What do you think it is that makes Australians respond to you the way they do?
I think it's just people.
Right.
I mean, everybody wants to make something better in their life. If their career's going great, they want to make their personal life better, their relationships, or they want to make their body better, or if their body's doing well, they want to do something financially. Because we focus on 1 or 2 areas, tend to have an area that's not at 100%. And if you can show people how to get real results, measurable results, and make it fun, then people really respond. And we have people now from 61 nations that participate in our programs.
Given that, I was listening to the tapes myself, and I'm blown away by the amount of energy. And it's not just talking. It's actually steps that you can take to change things that you want to change or improve things you want to improve. And I've spoken to friends about it, and I can't translate it. I can't get them to understand my enthusiasm. It's like going to a movie and seeing it for the first time and going, oh my God, this is unreal, and never being able to capture that and tell somebody else how great it was. It's like, go see the movie. How do you explain personal power?
What it is each day you're making a different set of decisions and actions. Like the first day you're discovering, what do you really want? Because most people have no clue what they want, Sophie.
That's a hard question for a lot of people to answer.
It's a hard question for most people to answer.
Yeah.
But you know what they can all answer? What they don't want. They go, I don't know what career I want. Well, what kind of career don't you want? Well, I don't want the one I have. Well, tell me the job from hell, I'll say to people. Like, tell me who you don't want to work with, this kind of person, and tell me what kind of money you don't want to make, and what's the environment you don't want to be in. And what's nice is once they wrote down all the things they hate, you say, now write the opposite, and you have the job from heaven. Right. You have what you're really after. So what we do in that first table is we have to discover not just your job, but what do you want from your life, physically and emotionally, and how do you want to feel, and where do you want to live, what do you want to do with your life? Right. And then we start to create a plan. And then as we do that, things show up. obstacles, limiting beliefs, fears. How do we deal with those? How do you overcome procrastination? Then how do we get your finances on target so they're moving you in the direction you want? Because money isn't the solution in life by any stretch of the imagination, but when you don't have any, when you're stressed about it, it affects your personal relationship.
Right.
And then we work on how do you put that juice in your relationship, or if you don't have somebody you really adore in your life, how do you create that by working on you? And then what do we do to make sure you got the physical energy to follow through? And then how do you manage your time? And so what we do is we take each of these little lessons, and each day you do a little action. And it builds in the day before. Until the end of 30 days, you have so much momentum, you've made a huge life change. That is why this is so successful, because it's fun and because it works.
Well, as an employer of 40,000 people,
CEO Bill Farley started from scratch and became a billionaire by the age of 40. He has consulted with Tony Robbins for 10 years.
if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a businessman, you would clearly have a competitive edge by buying Tony's tapes and going to his seminars. All the above. I've done all the above. And some people would say, hey, he's very successful.
I set some outrageous goals at the time, like to quit my job, which people said I was crazy even to think about doing, to what, be a bodybuilder?
Skip LaCour had managed a grocery store for 15 years when he first started listening to Personal Power. Within a year, he quit his job and went on to win his first national bodybuilding championship.
What Personal Power did for me was give me that sense of confidence that I can do anything that I really want if I totally committed to it. And Tony gave me the skills how to concentrate my focus and my efforts to make those dreams come true.
Tony, so many people have ideas of what they want, what they really want out of life, but they never actually do anything to get themselves there. Why is that?
I think most people are not emotionally fit. What I mean by that is if you look at your life, there are a lot of things people want to do, but they don't have the strength or the courage or the will to follow through. They live in fear too much, or they settle to a great extent for where they are currently. And what I think is, I was with a friend recently, and we were climbing a hill, and we got about halfway up the hill, and he was like, oh, let's stop, let's slow down. And I was thinking, why slow down? I mean, I'm loving this. And I started thinking, the same resistance that makes him want to stop is making me want to go. And I thought, that's because I'm more fit physically, but being fit emotionally is even more valuable, because inevitably you're going to have challenges in your life. Inevitably, there are going to be things you are not ready for. They're going to be very difficult. Right. And what I really do is show people how to strengthen that resolve, that courage, that ability, that discipline, that follow through, so that it becomes a habit, so that it's you. So you got muscle. So no matter how difficult it gets, you actually can look forward to it, because it's like, yeah, let me push more weight. I like this. Because some people in the winter time freeze to death. Other people ski. There's going to be winters in your life. There's going to be times when it's dark. There's times when it's difficult. But if you're really strong inside, you can deal with anything. And it's a big part of what personal power is about.
But Tony, what about the guy that's listening who's trying to keep food on his table so he can keep his kids in school, and he's at a job that he maybe doesn't really love, but he's not about to leave it and jeopardize everything he's worked for? I mean, how does he just drop it all and follow his dreams? Well,
that's why I have personal power. It's not a drop it all. It's saying, what do you do right now while you're doing what you're doing? Because that's what a lot of people do. They throw their pendulum and say, they put themselves in even more stress. And I don't think that's always the right answer. You got to get your plan together, your strategy together. You got to make progress. You got to see how things are working. But I want you to know, it's not just like this is something that celebrities do or people that are already successful do to become more successful.
Well, exactly. You hear the story about, the billionaire that you helped become a quadrillionaire. I mean, that's really wonderful. But how does that affect me?
I understand, because the same principles work no matter whether you're starting with nothing or a lot. Until you're honest with yourself, you can't change. But when you get honest, and when you get a strategy and you get a little coaching, there's nothing that people want that they can't make happen if they really want it, the heart and soul, if they want to do something about it.
I smoked for 42 years. And a couple of years ago I was diagnosed with emphysema, and they told me my lungs were equivalent to 81 years old, and I still continued to smoke. I would try to quit, and I could not stay quit. I couldn't even carry my laundry basket from my bedroom to the laundry room. I got Tony's materials, and Tony helped me make the decision and make the commitment to quit smoking. His techniques worked. I don't know how they worked, but they worked. And it's been incredible. My whole life has changed. Emotionally, I'm just so excited about life. I have passion again, and I'm having a ball. I can move, I can exercise, I go work out at the gym. I ride my bike for several miles at a time. I'm going and showing up, finishing 5K races. For an old broad who's 59 years old, that's saying a lot, because I was ready to give up before.
I got the tapes,
At the age of 28, Christopher Grievous was $1 million in debt and was facing bankruptcy. He saw the Personal Power infomercial and decided to give the program a try. He applied the technology, and within a year, he got out of debt. Within 5 years, he had made almost $1 million in personal income.
If somebody had said to me in 1990, I have a product in a box for you, and I don't want any money for it today, but if it makes you $1 million, I want you to give me half, I would have signed it. And guess what? I'd owe Tony Robbins $500,000 today.
I'm just a regular person. I didn't want to make $100 million overnight. All I wanted to do was to lose weight and keep it off. And so I bought the tapes, and immediately I saw results. I lost 30 pounds, and I've kept off for 4 years now.
With only a high school education and twice divorced, mother of three, Mindy Neese needed food stamps to make ends meet. Seeking a new start, Mindy ordered Personal Power, and with Tony Robbins as her coach, Mindy found a new career in real estate, and last year she sold 96 homes. She now earns $300,000 a year, owns 2 houses, an apartment complex, and has a net worth of nearly $1 million. Now happily married, her life is better than ever.
I went from being on food stamps to being in the top 5% of the nation for production in real estate. What an incredible feat. And he helped me accomplish that by listening to those Personal Power tapes, having a plan, having a direction, knowing how to get where I wanted to go, making the dream happen.
Now there's a special offer from Tony Robbins. When you order in the next 17 minutes, receive 2 free videos, an $80 value, and an extra $100 certificate to the Tony Robbins live event, a $180 bonus, free. Details just ahead. Personal Power 2, the driving force. For more than 20 years, Tony Robbins has studied the patterns of the most successful people in the world. In Personal Power, he's synthesized this knowledge brilliantly into 24 action-packed audio cassettes. Beginning with tape number 1, you'll discover the driving force that causes you to take action or pull back. On day 2, you'll discover what you really want and create a plan to make it real. Next, you'll learn how to eliminate self-sabotage or any addiction such as smoking, overeating, or drinking. How to unleash your financial genius and achieve the financial freedom you deserve. How to discover, create, and maintain a passionate relationship, and much more. With your program, you'll also get this newly designed journal, which summarizes your daily progress. Now, you might expect to receive all this over 12 hours of personal coaching, and 24 individual programs would cost $700 or $800. And at that price, it would be an extraordinary investment. After all, for a one-day speaking engagement, Tony Robbins has paid $125,000, and he's received $1 million a year for his personal coaching contracts. But with Personal Power 2, you can have Tony's personal coaching for just 3 easy payments of only $59.95. Or for 3 payments of $69.95, you can have the entire audio program on time-coded CDs, which lets you instantly access your favorite sessions and go straight to the problem-solving section you need. And now you have no risk with our 30-day money-back guarantee. You can use the entire program, and if it doesn't measurably improve your life, send it back for a complete refund. No questions asked. The winners in life take action, so isn't it time you took action? And as your reward for calling to order in the next 16 minutes, you'll receive free a Personal Power video from Tony Robbins' most popular weekend seminar. In 1 hour, learn how to turn fear into power and gain immediate control of your life. This $39.95 value is yours free when you order in the next 15 minutes. And there's more. You also get Tony's newest video on life management. In it, Tony gives you his own personal strategies for creating a balanced life where your business, family, and you personally feel nurtured and fulfilled. This $39.95 value is yours free when you order right now. Plus, we'll add this $100 voucher toward any live multi-day Robbins seminar so you can experience the magic of Tony Robbins Live. The 2 videos and seminar voucher total $180 in value, and they're yours absolutely free when you order in the next 14 minutes. And by calling now, you'll be automatically enrolled in Tony's Power Talk Club. Each month, you'll receive 2 specially produced issues of the acclaimed Power Talk audio magazine, created as a follow-up companion to the 30-day Personal Power System. Each issue features Tony Robbins one-on-one, direct to you, with a personal coaching session that builds on the momentum of personal power. Then join Tony as he interviews leading experts like Dr. Stephen Covey, Dr. Barbara DeAngelis, Deepak Chopra, and Dr. John Gray. Each issue also features an exclusive summary of a national best-selling book. Normally $24.95, you pay only $19.95 a month for each new issue. That's 20% off the regular price. As a club member, you're also eligible to receive additional discounts on seminars and live coaching programs. If not absolutely delighted, you can cancel your membership at any time. And when you order now, we'll send you the first issue absolutely free, no obligation. And when you order in the next 13 minutes, receive 2 videos and a $100 seminar voucher. That's a $180 value, absolutely free. So what are you waiting for? Now is your chance to take your life to the next level. Start benefiting from the most successful personal coaching system of all time. Call right now.
We've gotten caught up in the trap of making a living instead of designing our lives. We've forgotten what we're capable of. We've forgotten what our dreams were. We've forgotten how that kind of curiosity, like a kid who can find adventure in anything. I have people all the time going, life is so boring, man. Going, life isn't boring, you are boring. See, if you would just get curious, you can't believe what you can learn, what you can grow, what you can expand. The answer to every question you ever had is out there.
Using education and entertainment, Tony Robbins empowers audiences around the world. But imagine the challenge he had in this seminar with basketball's San Antonio Spurs, capturing the attention of stars like David Robinson. Coach Bob Hill.
You know, before we went in, they said, well, how long is this going to take? You know, is this going to be an hour or 2 hours? And then he walks out. You know, he's in shape and he's well-spoken, he's enthusiastic, he's sincere. You got David sitting there. And so it wasn't an easy group to grab, but I think he got him right away. He just did a fabulous job.
Tony Robbins worked with the teachers of this school in Texas to help raise student test scores by 25% over 3 years.
He is giving them skills and tools through the personal power tapes that I believe are skills that they will take for a lifetime and are becoming the fiber of who they are as individuals.
Deeply in debt and unhappy in their jobs, these 3 men had a dream but had no money, no real plan. They bought personal power and it changed everything.
Every morning we took the personal power tapes and made it part of our morning ritual.
What Tony did is he taught us how are we going to take this company up to the next level. And I'm proud to say within a couple of years, we took it from just 3 guys up to about 50 employees, from 0 in sales to $7 million in revenue. And we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep going.
Tony, when most people think personal power, they think of the tapes. 30 days to literally change your life. This time around with Personal Power 2, you've actually created a system. There's a little bit more to it. And one of those things that go with the tapes now is a gift certificate to attend one of the seminars.
Well, absolutely, because one of the things I want to do is get people to create an environment that supports them, because the tapes are phenomenal. But I included a seminar because it's great to have immersion. If people just go to a seminar, they have a short burst of energy. With the tapes, you have an ongoing. So we make that a part of the product. The other part that we do is I include Power Talk now, which is my monthly audio magazine, and they get a sampling of that, because as many answers as I feel I have, because I've studied this for 20 years, how to make your life better. There are people that are outstanding in areas, and I really want to make sure that I expose people to their work. So Dr. John Gray, many people have heard, are from Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It's great on relationships and funny, and I'm pretty good at getting the best of him, and I've got that in a tape for people. And then I also have, for example, Deepak Chopra on what to do with your mind-body effect. And I got Dr. Stephen Covey on what to do with your values and how to shape what you want from your life. So you get that as well as part of Personal Power 2. It's not only me. And then we now have a video that I call Life Management Systems, which is how do you manage your life? Because as we said earlier, there's so many areas of life that we're trying to balance simultaneously, our family and our business and our physical body and our career and our contribution to our community. Like, how do you do that in a way where you still are a human being and you're having fun and you're fulfilled? So those tools are a part of it as well.
Tony, so many of us have dreams, and I know I'm guilty of this. I know what I want out of life, and I know my dreams, but yet at the same time, you get to a point where you're just happy to settle for what you've got. Why is that?
I think part of that is because the culture constantly reinforces it. You know, we get fulfilled at a low level. We really want more, but everybody says, "Look how great your life is, Sophie. I mean, you're a television star. Why would you want any more than that? I mean, what's the matter with you? Just enjoy your life." People don't realize that we enjoy our life most when we're really, really growing, when we're really expanding. And so the culture constantly also is reinforcing us to be, quote, reasonable. You know, you're being unreasonable to have these expectations, but nothing in life significant was ever accomplished by somebody reasonable. It's unreasonable people that shake the world. I mean, a Nelson Mandela being locked up for 27 years, it was pretty unreasonable for him to think, I'm gonna, come by and turn my country around. Or a guy's gonna say, we're gonna do 24-hour-a-day news, Ted Turner. He was unreasonable, he was insane. That's why he's successful, Or Oprah Winfrey, this little girl who was born to a 13-year-old mom herself, was pregnant when she was 13, was going to go to juvenile hall when she was 14, it'd be unreasonable for her to think that she could influence the world. She has. Mother Teresa, a woman in her 50s decides to change the world, help people that are dying. Unheard of. Those are the people that change the world. And what the real question is, you go, well, those people are famous. Right. But the truth of the matter is everybody inside has this ability. When I say to people is what creates an extraordinary life is an extraordinary mindset, an extraordinary psychology where you don't settle, where you're unreasonable in your expectations of yourself, where you say, you know what, I'm going to defy all the limitations, I'm going to defy my background, I'm going to defy all the people who tell me it can't be done, and I'm going to step up. I'm going to set a new standard for my life. I'm going to make it happen whatever it takes. I'm going to find the answer. So I say to people, don't be reasonable. Be unreasonable in what you expect from yourself. Not just your goals being unreasonable, but what you expect you'll have to do to make it happen. And when you live a life like that, you're fulfilled, because it's not the achieving of the goal. It's you knowing inside that you've given everything, that you've really become all you can become as a person. That's when we're happy, not when we hit a certain economic level, or we get a certain position, or we get someone to like us or be attracted to us. That's not enough. It's the sense that you really are being all you can be. Sounds like an Army commercial, but it's true.
I was in absolute last place on our sales team, and it was just a terrible place to be. And my company had pretty much given up on me. But I started listening to Tony's tapes, and I started writing down my goals. I started taking action on the things that I was learning. I started asking myself the right kind of questions. And in less than a year, everything turned around. I was named Salesperson of the Year for my whole company. My income jumped from $24,000 to $62,000. Just incredible. And my managers were so impressed that they put our whole sales team through Tony's classes.
In this program, you've seen people experience incredible results using the personal power system. Tiffany Taylor lost weight. These entrepreneurs grew a $7 million business. Helen Hardin nearly tripled her salary in less than a year. And in this show, you've also heard from members of Congress, professional athletes, and chairmen of Fortune 500 companies. In the 9-year history of these programs, none of the testimonials you've seen have been paid. Each has volunteered their time and staked their reputations out of a desire to give something back for the incredible results they've experienced. And now they want you to benefit as well. Call now and order Personal Power 2, newly revised, expanded, and updated for the life you're living now. You'll receive 24 audio cassettes or CDs you listen to over 30 days, plus this newly designed daily journal. Now, you might expect to receive all this over 12 hours of personal coaching, and 24 individual programs would cost $700 or $800. And at that price, it would be an extraordinary investment. But with Personal Power 2, you can receive Tony's personal coaching for just 3 easy payments of only $59.95. For CDs, you make 3 payments of $69.95. And when you call to order in the next 6 minutes, you'll receive free the Personal Power video, live from Tony Robbins' most popular weekend seminar. In 1 hour, learn how to turn fear into power and gain immediate control of your life. This $39.95 value is yours free if you order in the next 5 minutes. And there's more. You also get Tony's newest video on life management. In it, Tony gives you his own personal strategies for creating a balanced life where your business, family, and you personally feel nurtured and fulfilled. This $39.95 value is yours free when you order right now. Plus, we'll add this $100 voucher toward any live multi-day Robbins seminar so you can experience the magic of Tony Robbins Live. The 2 videos and seminar voucher total $180 in value, and they're yours absolutely free if you order in the next 4 minutes. And by calling now, you'll be automatically enrolled in Tony's Power Talk Club. Each month, you'll receive 2 specially produced issues of the acclaimed Power Talk audio magazine. Each issue features Tony Robbins one-on-one with a personal coaching session that builds on the momentum of personal power. Then join Tony on a second tape as he interviews a leading expert on the issues that matter most to our lives. Each issue also features an exclusive summary of a national best-selling book. Normally $24.95. As a Power Talk Club member, you pay only $19.95 a month for each new issue. If not absolutely delighted, you can cancel your membership at any time. And for ordering now as our special gift, you'll receive your first absolutely free. And when you order in the next 3 minutes, receive 2 videos and a $100 seminar voucher, a $180 value, absolutely free. So what are you waiting for? Use our 30-day money-back guarantee and make this risk-free decision now. Start benefiting from the most successful personal coaching system of all time. Call right now.
Tony, I've been spending time with you, and I mean, it's obvious you've had an incredible, and you do have an incredible life. When you look back on everything that you've done and all the people that you touched and all the things that have happened to you, do you have any regrets?
It's an interesting question. I don't think so. I'm sure if I dug, I could find something, but I'll tell you what I do to avoid having regrets. Is I use a little tool I call my rocking chair test. And what it is really simple is a friend of mine years ago said, listen, Tony, if you got to make a decision, and decisions shape your whole destiny, so you better make good ones. He said, if you're going to decide, should I do something or should I not? He said, imagine you're in a rocking chair and you're 80 years old and you're looking back and you didn't do it. And how do you feel? Is it okay, or do you realize you would have missed something? There are very few things in your life where not doing something will you be happy about. He said, you know, by saying no, what do you ever get by saying no? And we're trained to say no. You know, you go into a clothing store and says, can I help you? No, I'm just looking, you know. Maybe it's time to say yes. Yes, I want to be coached. Yes, I want to take action. Yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll put myself on the line. That's where life changes. So I think that, you know, if I could get people, for example, to realize how good it would feel 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now if they had mentored a child for just 1 hour a week. Right. I mean, we all want that instantaneous reward instead of saying what the long-term reward is going to be. And when we do that, boy, we have a phenomenal, phenomenal life. So, and that's what personal power is about. It's how do you create that extraordinary life by making choices that really make sense long-term. Because, you know, 10 years from now, you will surely arrive. Now, the question is where? You know, who are you going to become? How are you going to be living? What's your life going to be like? And most people don't answer that question. And then they wake up one day and say, I wish I woulda or I shoulda. So I hope people will say yes to themselves. I hope people will look at what we've offered here and say, you know what? This is not the end all and be all, but this could really make a difference for me. This could be the next step. Right. And maybe it's time I took that next step. Maybe it's time I stepped up and really created the quality life I deserve. And if that's what this show does, then I'll really feel like this was an outstanding time together.
And it was. Thank you very much for spending time with me in Sydney.
Thank you.
What personal power does for you is that it connects you to what you want. It creates a belief structure to what you want.
Tony has taught us to incorporate the family and the business together, because that's real success.
Everybody has that little successful person in there that's dying to come out. And listening to the tapes, they can make that person come out. They tell you how.
Do it.
This is a way for you to grab a hold of that passion, that hunger again, and ignite it. Personal power to me is an awakening for people. Yes, it's got very specific tools. I mean, that's why people love it. But it wakes people up to remember who they are as people and not settle for anything less than what they really want, what they really deserve.
Isn't it time you took action? Call to order Personal Power now. This has been a paid presentation for Personal Power 2 from Guthrie Rinker.